Hello children, welcome to Maverick Masters Academy. Till now in mathematics we have learnt Euclid's division algorithm, rational numbers and their decimal expansions and prime factorization of the positive integers. Now we shall go for irrational numbers. Irrational numbers are the numbers which cannot be expressed in the form of P by Q. The numbers which can't be expressed in the form of P by Q are known as irrational numbers. In decimals, in the last class we have discussed terminating decimals and non-terminating recurring decimals. But here in irrational numbers we are going to see non-terminating, non-recurring decimals. Non-terminating, non-recurring decimals. That means in non-terminating recurring decimals, after decimal a number is repeated again and again, but in this case the numbers are not repeated again and again. So these type of decimals are known as non-terminating, non-recurring decimals. Generally square root of prime numbers are known as irrational numbers. They are square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 5, square root of 7, square root of 11, so on. That means square root of prime numbers, say square root of P, where P is a prime number. These type of numbers are irrational numbers, and if you are going to find the value of the square root of prime numbers, they will be non-terminating, non-recurring decimals. Now we shall prove that these numbers are irrational numbers. We shall see how these numbers can be proved as irrational numbers. Before that, we are going to see one statement, that is, if P is a prime number and P divides A square, then P divides A, where A is a positive integer. If P is a prime number and P divides A square, then we can say that P divides A, where A is a positive integer. This is the statement we are going to use to prove square root of a prime number is a irrational number. So let us see the proof of this statement, that is if P divides A square, then P divides A. Let us write A in its prime factors, say P1, P2, P3, P1, P2, P3, so on, Pn. We know a statement that every positive integer, that is composite number, can be expressed in the prime factors and they are distinct. That means these are distinct prime numbers irrespective of order. That means you can write this as P2, P3, P1, P4, so on, Pn also. That means the order is not necessary, but that can be expressed in the prime factors. And if you are seeing that A square can be written as P1, P2, P3, so on, Pn into P1, P2, P3, so on, Pn, because A can be written as P1, P2, P3, so on, Pn. Now I am saying that P divides A square, that means this can be divided by P. This can be divided by P, and I am saying that P is a prime number. If this P can divide this product, that means in this product we have P somewhere else, somewhere in this. If P is included in the prime factorization of this, P is included here also. That means in prime factorization of A we have P. In prime factorization of A we have P, that is prime number. So this can divide A square, then it is dividing A also. So you can say if P is a prime number and P divides A square, then P divides A. So we are going to use this in proving the square root of prime numbers is irrational. Square root of a prime number is irrational. Let us go for an example how we can prove that a square root of prime number is irrational. Prove that square root of 2 is an irrational number. Prove that square root of 2 is an irrational number. In mathematics, we have two types of proofs. That is, one is direct proof and the other one is indirect proof. Direct proof is a proof where we are going to take the given statement and we are going to prove that statement as it is. In indirect proof, we are considering the negative of this statement, that is, root 2 is not an irrational number. Let us consider that square root of 2 is a rational number, which is not irrational, is rational. Let square root of 2 is a rational number. If it is a rational number, we can express that in the form of p by q. That means root 2 can be expressed in the form of p by q, where p, q are co-primes. Co-primes. What do you mean by co-primes? Co-primes are the numbers which doesn't have common factors other than 1. If you are considering two numbers 4 and 9, if you consider 4, this is a composite number. If you consider 9, this is a composite number. But if the HCF of these two is, that means highest common factor of these two is 1, then you can say these both are co-primes. Let us see what is HCF of 4 and 9. 4 2s 8, you are getting 1 4s 4. That means HCF of 4 and 9 is 1. If the highest common factor of two numbers is 1, then you can say those both are co-primes. That means P and Q doesn't have any common factor. Now you can write P as root 2 into Q. P can be written as root 2 into Q. Squaring on both sides give you P square 2 Q square, that implies P square by 2 is equals to Q square. Here you can say that when P square is divided by 2, you are getting Q square. That means 2 divides P square, where 2 is a prime number, 2 divides P square. Then you can say by previous statement 2 divides P. If 2 divides P square, you can say 2 divides P. That means 2 is a factor of P. If a number can divide another number, then the first number is factor of the second number. That means if 2 divides P and you are getting 0 as remainder with some quotient Q square, then 2 is the factor of P. 2 is the factor of P. So you can write that 2 is a factor of P. This is our first statement. Next, if 2 divides P, that is P by 2, you will be getting some quotient, say A. If 2 can divide P, then there should be some quotient. Let us take that quotient as A. Now you can write P is equals to 2A. Squaring on both sides give you P square is equals to 4A square. But what is P square? You have 2Q square. P square is nothing but 2Q square. 2 1s, 2 2s. Again Q square by 2 is equals to A square. Here we got that 2 divides Q square. 2 divides q square. If 2 divides q square, then 2 divides q. If 2 divides q square, then 2 divides q. That means 2 is a factor of q. This is our second statement. First statement is 2 is a factor of p, and second statement is 2 is a factor of q. That means 2 is common factor for p and q, but we said that p and q are co-primes. From 1 and 2, 2 is a common factor for p and q, but we said that p and q are co-primes. This is because our assumption root 2 is rational is absurd. That means మనం రూట్ 2 రేషనల్ అని తీసుకున్నందుకే మనకి ఈ కాంట్రడిక్షన్ వస్తుంది. అంటే మనం PQ కోప్రైమ్స్ అని చెప్తున్నాం, అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం మనకి 2 ఈజ్ అ ఫ్యాక్టర్ ఆఫ్ P అండ్ Q అని చెప్తున్నాం. కోప్రైమ్స్ అంటే ఏంటి? HCF షుడ్ బి 1, బట్ హియర్ we are getting HCF as 2. That means that is root 2 is rational is contradiction for this statement. 2 is a common factor for P and Q. Then you can say that root 2 is irrational. అంటే మనం తీసుకున్నది తప్పు కాబట్టి మనకి ఇది వస్తుంది కాబట్టి you can say root 2 is irrational. This is how we can prove that square root of a prime number is irrational. Now let's go for a problem. Prove that root 3 plus root 5 is irrational. Here we have proved that square root of prime number is irrational. Now we are going to prove that sum of square roots of prime numbers is irrational. For this also we are going to take indirect proof method, that is let root 3 plus root 5 is rational. So you can write that as root 3 plus root 5 is equals to P by Q or A by B, that is any rational number and where those both are co-primes. Now send plus 5 to root 5 to other side. Root 3 is equals to A by B minus square root of 5, squaring on both sides, that will be root 3 whole square is 3. This will be a minus b whole square. We are going to apply a minus b whole square, that is a square minus 2ab plus b square, that is a square is a square by b square plus b square is root 5 whole square minus 2ab is 2 into a by b into root 5. Now you can send these rational numbers to the other side, that will be a square by b square plus minus a square by b square minus 5 plus 3 is equals to minus 2a into root 5 by. Now this can be written as b square minus a square, minus 5 plus 3 is minus 2, that is minus 2b square, that will be minus 2a into root 5 by b. Now you can cancel b and b here, that will be minus a square minus 2b square by b is equals to minus 2a into root 5 by b. Let us send all the other terms which are not root 5 to other side, that is minus 2a to other side. That will be minus a square minus 2b square by b. If you send minus 2a to other side, that will be minus 2ab. If you take minus common, that will be a square plus 2b square by minus 2ab is equals to square root of 5. Here we got a square plus 2b square by 2ab is equals to root 5. Here this is rational and this is irrational. A rational number can't be equal to an irrational number. This is because we have taken root 3 plus root 5 is rational. This is because we have taken root 3 plus root 5 as rational number, that is absurd. So root 3 plus root 5 is irrational. This is how we can solve, we can prove square root of sum of square root of prime numbers is an irrational number. So with this we have completed a part of real numbers, that is Euclid's division algorithm, prime factorization, rational numbers and their decimal expansion, and irrational numbers. In the next class we shall see logarithms. Bye bye children.